as mentioned, it should be noted that Chris LeRusso was the original trainer of Ganon Jones Jr. Conversely, Brandon Kaye was the original trainer of Duke Davis. And that Uniontown yokel that just took his shirt off should sit down because he is not on the caliber of any of these 4 athletes in the ring.
Now here's my thing. You think Duke Davis and Ganon Jones felt left out that they weren't inside of the tournament?
Well, that's kind of the genesis of this matchup.
Yeah.
Brandon Kaye claims that he has 1 year left of active competition. He looks to take 2023 to be the year that he will have all the matches that he wants to have before he hangs it up. He wanted a matchup with the main event. The main event said, let's do it in November. Let's do it before 2023 gets here. And again, trainer versus student. Chris LeRusso, a nearly 20-year pro himself. LeRusso started at the age of 18 years old in 2003 and has won championships everywhere he's competed. From Pittsburgh to central Pennsylvania, out through Ohio, LeRusso has seen success everywhere he's gone. It may not have always been by the book, but he's made it happen.
I don't mean to interrupt you. You listen, Chris is like, do you remember this during training? He's still coaching him a little bit. Just asking if he has those reminders.
Yeah, wrist lock here. Ganon trying to use his height advantage to extricate himself, and he does. Top wrist lock, and again, this is where Ganon can use that height advantage for the extra leverage. Now, there's a lot of different dichotomies, a lot of different stories happening in this matchup. LeRusso has taken on, as I mentioned, a ton of office work behind the scenes here at Rise. To my knowledge, has not been competing regularly, so will there be any ring rust for the heir apparent who uses the hair for an advantage here? Maybe old habits will die hard for LeRusso. But what agility from Ganon Jones. Nipping up at his height is really just incredible athleticism. Ganon again using his size advantage, puts on the brakes. 2 feet in the chest by LeRusso, only rocks Ganon, who returns in kind. I defy you to find someone that big that can move like that. Ganon Jones Jr., clearly a special athlete. And what agility from LeRusso, but it may come back to bite him. And right now, the student quite literally wrestling circles around the trainer, but LeRusso returns the favor. Landed a super kick right on the butt.
And Ganon is rocked. Look at it. He can't keep his balance.
And this matchup is as evenly matched as we thought it would be.
Coming into this match, did you have a favorite, Jim?
I didn't know who to pick for this one, Tad. I'd call this one even money because LeRusso and Brandon have the experience advantage, but when it comes to physical tools, the main event are second to absolutely no other team anywhere inside or outside of Pittsburgh. And the metahuman is just a different type of athlete, man. He is shrugging off those shots.
Look. And Caite just said, hey, remember, we're still friends here.
I don't know if that's going to stop Duke Davis. Once he gets that game face on, I don't care who you are.
Hey, remember, it's all tactic. It's all tactic.
And again, the power of the metahuman puts the brakes on for Brandon Kaye. Leverage maneuver from Kaye. Duke hangs on, gets clocked with a right hand. Very precarious position on the apron here for the metahuman.
I've seen this look in Kaye's face before.
Brandon charges, takes Duke out. And speaking of that look that you've seen in his eye, I know you're very close with Brandon Kaye. I don't want to make you feel like you have to reveal anything here. But what is Brandon's mindset going into his last year as a professional wrestler?
You know, Kaye wants to give it all out on the line. You know, being really close to him, being a tag partner, he wants to give every ounce that he got and give it out to Pittsburgh. He loves what he does. Oh, hold on, wait a minute.
And And it's going to take 2 men, but they get the metahuman to the canvas.
They finally get him. But Caite wants to give and a double drop kick.
And it took a pair of drop kicks to get the metahuman to the floor, but in comes Ganon. Low bridge sends the Pro Wrestling All-Star to the floor.
Now see, this is
LeRusso and Braden are going to have to take a chance if they want to make their mark here.
Oh, see, this is where it tends to bite down. And Caite drop kicks him.
And again, it took 2 men to make it happen, but they put the main event down. And Brandon could be taking a chance. We know that no one loves Rise more than Brandon K. Through the hard times, Brandon K has wanted Rise to flourish. And we know that Brandon will take a chance for his promotion.
Oh, and Duke catching LeRusso.
LeRusso got caught, and this could be ugly for the heir apparent.
Oh, my God.
What power from Ganon. Inside out. LeRusso seeing stars. Duke went for the cover. LeRusso escaped. We know that you don't have a nearly 20-year career like LeRusso without being able to take the hits, but that was a hell of a hit that he just took right there, being suplexed in like that.
And you heard Caite on the side telling LeRusso, hey, you need to kick. Come on, trying to get him up.
You heard that. The sound tells you the story. LeRusso hits hard.
Oh, yeah.
And gets sandwiched in the corner. The level of how physically imposing the main event are cannot be understated.
Oh,
textbook trademark offense from the main event. And I believe it may have been Brandon's encouragement reviving LeRusso to let him know you got to get that shoulder up, because we know LeRusso was seeing stars after that junction of this matchup.
I don't know how much more LeRusso got, but here's the thing is I know both of these guys don't like to quit. The crowd's starting to get behind Chris LeRusso. Listen to
You know,
that.
when LeRusso took an office job at the beginning of this year, I bet you he didn't see himself a week before Thanksgiving in the ring with the main event.
And I'm sure none of these guys. Hold it.
And this time, Brandon had to make the save. That shows you that the offense of the main event is clearly wearing LeRusso down. And there's no shame in that, because that's a hell of an offensive playbook the main event has.
Yeah. You know, they got options. They got everything in their back pocket. And these guys are
leverage maneuver from LeRusso. Shoulders down.
Oh.
And LeRusso got clotheslined out of his shoes. And I believe the main event just called an audible here when they made a tag to Duke Davis. Oh, look out.
Oh, okay, low bridge and Ganon.
Ganon hit the floor very hard. LeRusso out the back door.
Oh.
But LeRusso's caught. I don't know. Ganon hit the floor very, very hard. We heard that impact. Knee strike from LeRusso, buying him some time. Turnabout fair play. It's LeRusso with the neck breaker. Ganon on the floor favoring his shoulder. This could be a pivotal point in this contest here, Tad.
All it takes is one tag and one fire up just to change the momentum of this match.
Can LeRusso make the tag? He does. In comes Brandon and Ganon. I believe Duke is still the legal man.
It looks like Kay's been studying his playbook.
The savvy veteran knows all the tricks of the trade, and he may need every single one of them in this matchup against this caliber of a tag team. Down goes Duke, and you don't say that often.
No, you do not.
Some trademark Brandon K offense here.
Are we going to see? There it is. It's a super kick.
Goes for the cover. Duke using those long arms to get his shoulder up. And Brandon may have to finish the latter half of this matchup by himself because LeRusso looks worse for wear on the ring apron, and you can't blame him. But LeRusso I believe, just tagged himself in. That's a blind tag. Duke doesn't see it. The opportunistic LeRusso looking for an opening here. Blockbuster from Ganon. But Ganon doesn't know that LeRusso is legal. He sees him now. Missile drop kick.
I wouldn't turn my back, Chris. Oh. Whoa!
And LeRusso still has that agility.
Oh my goodness.
Diving ace crusher. He may be office, but he can still go in the ring, man. I'll tell you that.
Oh, listen to that.
And referee Nick Brown out of position. You can't blame Nick Brown for that. There's just so many bodies in there. Nick Brown was doing his job getting Brandon Caite out of the ring onto the apron.
You're right, that's a little bit of distraction, that last little second could have been that second that could have had that match won.
And the tandem offense from LeRusso and Brandon Caite could be pivotal here.
Oh, they're on fire right now. What? Oh.
Look out, diving European uppercut by LeRusso, bodies flying everywhere.
Oh! Oh!
And LeRusso got planted. Good night.
And
that quick, that impactful.
Wow!
It was a barn burner contest, but the margin for error was razor thin. Just one small slip from LeRusso, and he was put down by the main event.